Hi guys, excuse the bare face. My acne is living its best life. This video is about breakfasts, so I'm gonna be looking like I just woke up because I would have just woken up. There are 6 ideas in this video, so almost a whole week of breakfasts. If you watched my previous video on productivity, I mentioned that if you find it hard to get up in the mornings, it might be helpful to be excited for breakfast. Here are some delicious breakfast ideas. But yeah, let's just start with the first one. It is a extremely dark, rainy day today, so it's really dark. I'm gonna make some porridge. We're gonna start off with a classic, the thing that I basically eat all of winter. Some good old oats. So I've got these ones. These are the ones I like. They're the rolled oats. You can also get the jumbo oats, which are like a lot bigger. I find these are easier to make. Some people do it on the stove. It takes a bit too long. Some people also do overnight oats, which I don't think I've ever tried. I don't know, you'd rather have fresh. I don't know why people think it's so difficult to just make it on the day. So basically I just put it in the microwave. So I usually use 3 tablespoons of oats. And then I like to have it with some soy milk. So I just pour the soy milk over the oats just to kind of cover them. And then put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And while that's in the microwave, I wash my fruit. So I just have some raspberries, strawberries and blueberries. And then mix it and put it in for an extra minute. And it's usually done by 2 minutes. And this is the consistency I like it, but you can put it in for as long as you want, depending on how thick you want it. And then I just cut my fruit up. And then I just drizzle it with some honey. You can get really creative with oats. You can literally just put anything you want. A few ideas are sliced bananas with some caramel or peanut butter. You can add nuts as well. Apple, cinnamon is another good combo. Peanut butter and jam. So yeah, you can basically add any fruit you want, any nuts, seeds, spreads, like obviously, like as I said, peanut butter, caramel, jam. And I recommend you try it even if you think you're not gonna like it. And it's really healthy for you. I will see you tomorrow. So today I'm making something different. So this is the word for it in Russian. It's basically a Russian thing. I don't know what it would be called in English, but anyway, I'll show you what it is. It's kind of cottage cheese fried thing. Anyway, you'll see. The first ingredient is curd cheese slash cottage cheese. I'd recommend using this Polish one because I'm not sure if it works with actual cottage cheese. You can get these in Tesco, or maybe just have a look in your nearest food store. The Polish one should be the one that you get. We use the high fat one and the half fat one. 2 packets altogether would be 500 grams. Some sugar, some flour, 1 egg and some salt. So after you've put the cheese in, you want to mash it up and kind of mix it together. Then add a pinch of salt. Then you want to crack the egg into the cheese and then add 3 tablespoons of sugar. You can add less if you want, and mix it all together. And then you want to add 2 heaped tablespoons of flour and you want to sift that and mix that all together. And that is basically all the ingredients. Then what you want to do is heat some oil in a pan and have a plate of flour ready because you're going to coat the batter. And then take a spoonful and use your hands to make a kind of flat circle shape, and then cover the outside with flour, and then you can reshape it and cover it with a bit more flour. So make all of them first, and then once they're all ready, you can just fry them. And you want to wait till the underside is kind of brown, so sort of like a pancake, and then flip them over, and that is basically it. Just wait for them to fry up. They kind of look like mini pancakes. They're not meant to be as dense as pancakes. And then you can just eat this with some Polish delish, smetana. You can also just get this from any shop. It's kind of like sour cream. You can have some jam with it. Yeah, and that is it. So they're pretty quick to make and easy to make, only a few ingredients, and they taste really good. Definitely make sure you try this one out. That is Cottage cream pancake thingies. I don't really know what they're called. I hope you enjoyed this one. So today we are doing avocado toast, which is another classic. Basically you can do whatever you want with it. I'll just show you what I do normally, and then I'll give you some ideas of what else you can put on it. So basically what you want to do is get your piece of bread. I usually like to toast it. I usually just use avocado, egg and tomatoes. Get your avocado, cut it around the edges and then twist it to open it. Slice the avocado and then scoop it out. I use a fork to crush it, make it mashed, add some salt, add some pepper. I just add some paprika. I slice my tomatoes and then spread your avocado on the toast. And then for the egg, you want to boil your kettle and then pour the boiling water into the mug, crack your egg open into it, and then you want to put that in the microwave for about 40 seconds. It really is trial and error, depends on your microwave and everything. It took me so many attempts of making poached eggs to figure out how long to leave it in there for. Try 40 seconds. If it's too hard, then try 35 and then leave it in hot water for a bit. So then take the egg out, put it on top, and then I like to sprinkle the seasoning on the egg as well. So pepper and paprika, and then I top it off with some crushed chilies, and then I put the tomatoes on it. I sometimes also add bacon to it. Yeah, you can just add anything, literally chickpeas, mushrooms, onion, hummus I saw as well. Some people add feta. I love feta. I also saw someone put horseradish. I also a lot of the time do smoked salmon about the avocado. So obviously I put paprika on it. You can spice it however you want. You can make like a guacamole kind of thing, you know, add the lemon juice and stuff like that. So yeah, that is my avocado toast. I eat this a lot. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Good morning. It is another rainy, gloomy day. Today is actually the weekend, so I've got a bit of extra time. Today we're making pancakes, specifically fluffy pancakes. So yeah, I guess let's just go. So this recipe is pretty easy. All you need is 128 grams of sifted flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, a pinch of salt, 34 grams of melted butter, 130 grams of milk of your choice, 1 large beaten egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I also put the recipe down below if you want the American measurements. So the first step is just to combine the flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder in a bowl and mix it together. Crack the egg into a separate bowl and beat it, and then add the milk, the vanilla, and then the melted butter. Make sure you add the melted butter very last and make sure it's not too hot, otherwise it will basically cook the egg. And then mix that all together and put the wet and dry ingredients together and mix it. So basically you want it to be quite thick. The recipe says a little lumpy. And then you want to set this aside for 5 to 10 minutes just so you get the fluffy pancake. And then just get a pan and put some oil in it, and the recipe says use a 1/4 cup of batter, so I kind of just guess with my eye. You want to make sure you cook the first side until it is golden brown or until the top starts to form bubbles. I usually just check the bottom because the bubbles take a while, and then flip it and wait for it to cook. And that is basically the recipe. It's super easy. It does take a little bit longer than a usual breakfast would, but I think it's worth it. It's so nice. I usually eat it with some fruit and maple syrup. You can have it with honey or caramel or chocolate, and the fruit adds a bit of a healthy aspect to it. You definitely should try making these pancakes because they taste so good. Hope you enjoyed this one, and let's see what we have tomorrow. So today we're making hash browns. I've never actually made hash browns before, and I'm sure you haven't either. Yeah, I'm just gonna try that, and then obviously you can just eat it with a normal English breakfast or literally anything, just have some fried veg or something like that. But yeah, hash brown is a classic breakfast food, but I feel like no one actually makes their own, so I thought I'd try making it. The recipe is from Jamie Oliver, so all you need is 2 large potatoes, 2 onions, 2 tablespoons of flour, salt and pepper, 2 large eggs and some olive oil. You can basically just use that ratio of the twos and make however much you want. So the first step is to grate the potatoes on a coarse grater and then slice the onions. Put both of them in a bowl with a tea towel and then squeeze out the water because you don't want the potatoes to be watery. Put the potato and onion back in a bowl and then add the flour and season it with salt and pepper and then add the egg and mix that all together. Those are all the ingredients and then you just fry it. The recipe says fry it for 10 minutes. I guess just fry it until it's brown and that is basically it. Good morning! Today I'm gonna make a bagel. So I'm gonna make mine with some smoked salmon and cucumber and also some Philadelphia. Pretty simple. This is one of the quick ones if you don't really want to make anything. So yeah, let's just make it. So basically all you have to do is get your ingredients together. So I use this garlic and herb Philadelphia, some smoked salmon and a cucumber. And then I like to toast my bagel. I usually like to eat like wholemeal or seeded bagels, but for some reason the shops just don't have them. So I've got these sesame bagels and then let them cool down a bit before you put the Philadelphia on. And then I spread some Philadelphia on both sides. And then just put your smoked salmon on there and then some cucumbers. And that is basically your bagel. And then I just eat that with some coffee. So those are all the breakfast ideas. I hope you found this useful. Let me know in the comments if you do try any of them and which one was your favourite, or if you eat one of these regularly. Let me know down below what you usually eat for breakfast. You can also just eat these like a bit later for brunch if you're not really hungry in the mornings but it's too early to have lunch. I hope you enjoyed the video and don't forget to like it really helps out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and also turn on post notifications so you know when I post, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!